Yo, what's up, world? It's your boy, Daniel Karoma Jr. And I just want to thank God that we're still here. We made it to see another weekend. Hopefully, you're still healthy and corona free. With that being said, today's another episode of Weekend Warning. Actually, it's episode 12. And today's message is, why do we rebel? And do we really need laws? I mean, think about it. Who needs laws, anyways? How about if everybody just did whatever they wanted, however they wanted, whenever they wanted? Wouldn't the world be a better place? Nah. You and I both know the world wouldn't be a better place. In fact, if that were to happen, the world would end tomorrow. Okay? So we already know that. So, which kind of actually made me think. Remember when you were a kid and your parents told you to do something, or should I say, remember when your parents told you not to do something and you went ahead and did it anyways, just to rebel? What usually happened, if you didn't get caught by your parents, of course, was that you would feel a sense of excitement and the feeling of, sticking it to your parents, right? Heck, what do they know anyways, right? Parents just don't understand, right? So you would probably get away with it the first time, right? So then what to do? What happens next? If you didn't get caught the first time, guess what? You're going to do it again, right? And, after the first 2, 3 times go well, heck, you just may as well just keep doing it, right? Until eventually you either get caught or worse, the very thing that your parents warned you about actually happens to you. And whenever that disaster happens, you will pray and wish that you had just listened to your parents in the first place, right? Now, I don't know what part of the country or what part of the world you're in right now, but all around America right now, especially in cities like Chicago, Baltimore, Los Angeles, New Orleans, a lot of people are intentionally ignoring the stay-at-home order, right? And, this sense of rebellion and defiance might give those people a temporary sense of power and control. But what people need to realize is that in society and in life, rules are there for a reason, okay? Heck, even in nature, right? There are rules and laws, right? Just like the law of gravity, for example, right? No matter how bad you may want to disregard or deny that law, it exists. And dismissing or breaking that law will not only lead to great pain and suffering, but also a lot of broken bones, right? If you don't believe me, just go to your nearest 50-story building and just jump off the roof with no parachute and, just believe that you're Superman or Wonder Woman and see what happens. We already know what the results would be, right? Now, I say all that to point out that laws do exist for a reason, okay? So to everybody who is still outside rebelling right now, what you don't realize is that your city and your state officials are basically like your parents, warning you and trying to keep you safe from all the danger and tragedy that's outside waiting for you. Okay? I back that up with the scripture. In fact, in the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 1, it says, "Let every person be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except from God, and those that exist have been instituted by God. Therefore, whoever resists the authorities resists what God has appointed, and those who resist will incur judgment. For rulers are not a terror to good conduct, but to bad." Would you have no fear of the one who is in authority? Then do what is good, and you will receive his approval. For he is God's servant for your good. Your good. Okay? But if you do wrong, be afraid, for he does not bear the sword in vain. For he is the servant of God, an avenger who carries out God's wrath on the wrongdoer. Therefore, one must be in subjection not only to avoid God's wrath, but also for the sake of conscience. Okay? So, the way I take that is that the spirit of rebellion is a very self-destructive spirit. And if left unchecked, not properly moderated, this can actually lead you to your own destruction and basically ultimately your ultimate downfall. right? Now, a lot of young folks out here, right, and some older folks as well, naturally gravitate to this spirit of rebellion. And what I want to do today is show you 3 ways for you to harness that spirit of rebellion and channel that energy towards solving your problems and reaching your dreams and goals in life. All right? So, the first way to harness that rebellious energy is to, number 1, assess what is urging you to rebel. So, say for example, you're a young adult and and you want to rebel against your parents and don't want to respect or listen to their wishes. What is probably the underlying cause is your deep-seated need for independence, right? So, instead of talking back to your parents, being disrespectful, or trying to prove them wrong, maybe you should take that same energy and actually drop a plan, right? A clear and basic plan that will map out exactly how you will become independent mentally, emotionally, and financially. Okay? Number 2, know what you are rebelling against. All right? Now, despite my message so far, I actually do believe that there is a time to rebel and go against the grain. All right? For example, if you are living in an unjust, biased, and corrupt society, well, then that's a good enough reason to rebel. But if you just want to rebel against your boss just because he or she gave you some constructive criticism, or maybe because your company laid you off because of this shutdown, well, then you need to be rebelling against I'm sorry, I'll take that back. Well, then you need to be rebelling against your own decision to work for that job. Rebel against the fact that you settled for that job even though you didn't want it in the first place, right? Maybe you should rebel against the fact that you didn't go to work for yourself and didn't even try to start your own business and pursue your own dreams. All right? If you're out rebelling because, let's just say, you're one of these people who's out rebelling because all the nightclubs shut down and now you can't turn up in front of a crowd and impress people, then you need to find out what's missing in your life, okay? Find out what you're missing at home, all right? Number 3, if you're outside rebelling because you're bored at home, then you need to rebel against the fact that you even allow yourself to get bored, right? For example, since this whole stay-at-home order, me myself speaking for myself, I felt like not only am I just as busy as before the shutdown, I feel like I'm more busy, right? Because there's always something to do, whether it's my work, chores, errands. There's always something to do. Home improvement, DIY projects. There's always something to do around the house, right? So I can't even dream of being bored, because if I'm bored, that means I've knocked out everything on my list, right? If you have enough free time to be bored, then you are either doing something wrong or not doing something right. Okay? If you truly want to be successful in life, there will always be something for you to do, or something that you can be doing to take yourself to that next level. All right? For example, you could be, let's just say, researching how to improve your skills, right? Or learning how to solve your problems and the problems of other people, which, by the way, is the fastest way to get rich. Okay? Learn how to solve other people's problems. Okay? You could also learn more about yourself, and you can do that by doing some deep self-reflection. Okay? You can also be improving on your health by cooking and preparing healthy meals at home and doing at-home workouts, right? And finally, and most importantly, you can learn some patience, all right? Now, a lot of people are already struggling financially and are dead broke right now, and probably are even forced to move back in with their parents and family members, right? Now, if you are one of those people, then use this learning opportunity, because this whole thing is basically one big learning opportunity, right? You use this learning opportunity to teach yourself how to budget money, manage money, and hopefully learn how to save for times like this. Okay? Now, I don't know about y'all, but it's already for example, I don't know about you guys, but it's already been about a week since the government said that they were bailing us all out, right? By sending us these corona stimulus checks, right? And as I post this video, still to this day, nobody knows exactly when those checks are going to get here. So now's a good time to start practicing that patience, right? Or better yet, rebel against impatience, okay? So to review, the 3 ways for you to harness that spirit of rebellion and channel that energy towards solving your problems are: number 1, analyze, assess, and reflect on what is causing you to be rebellious. Number 2, know what you are rebelling against. And finally, number 3, learn patience and rebel against being impatient. All right, and that's it. So in closing, I found this passage in Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children, declares the Lord, who execute a plan but not mine, and make an alliance but not of my spirit, in order to add sin to sin, who proceed down to Egypt without consulting me, to take refuge in the safety of Pharaoh and to seek shelter in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore, the safety of Pharaoh will be your shame, and the shelter in the shadow of Egypt your humiliation." Okay? So just follow the state guidelines, folks, and stay home and save lives. All right? So go ahead, like and share this video, and remember to please subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified when I drop my next video. All right? It's your boy, Bandy Chroma Jr. I love you, and I pray that you have a safe, blessed, and corona-free rest of your weekend. All right? And I look forward to seeing y'all again on Monday. Peace.